see each of you back again this evening. You ever hear of someone that you'd like to know? You ever hear stories about people and you say, oh man, I wish I could have known that person? You know, I think about that a lot, and even, you know, being raised in the church and being around gospel preachers and elders and the good things that they did, and I hear so much about people that I didn't know. And I thought, man, if I could only know a little bit about these people. I had a great guy named Jim Truxton that really got me into preaching, and I really knew Jim very well. And I appreciate the things that he did in his life, because I know they weren't always easy for him. He retired from the Air Force. He had 3 different degrees, and I don't remember what they are right now, but he was a very educated man. A little short, stocky guy, and he was our preacher at Oxford, and I loved him and his family very much. And he told me, he said, Gary, I want you to know something. He says, you're going to preach my sermon when I die. I said, well, I want to tell you right up front, I don't want to do that. You know, but he was one to do that, and I thought maybe as we moved away from him and we didn't see him a whole lot, we talked on the phone some, maybe he forgot. But he didn't. My brother-in-law called me and said, Gary, because they worshiped there at Derby then, he said, Jim passed away, and you know, he wrote down that he wants you, me, and who was it? Ark City, Wayne Robbins, to do the funeral. I said, are you kidding me? Did he say that? He said, yes, he did. I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to do that. Sometimes when we know people that well, when times like that, I wish I hadn't known him too well. You know, when I think about that, but I'm thankful, Jim. I'm thankful I got to know him. And so many others that I think about, and I wish I'd have known him a little better. I talked to Teddy, and he tells me about his dad, and I think of that, and I said, man, I wish I'd have got to know his dad a little bit. He said, well, Gary, I think if he knew you, he'd like you. I said, well, I sure hope he would. But there's always people you think about. You might be thinking, man, if I could only meet Donald Trump. You know, and get to say, man, what a wonderful job you're doing, and all this stuff. And it might be other people you think about and realize the importance of knowing people and getting to really know them. How many times you say, well, no, I really don't know him. I think I know who he is. You know, he's maybe an acquaintance of mine that I've known in the past, but I don't remember him. I know the name. I don't know if you've figured out where we're going tonight, but we need to know the Lord. We need to know Jesus Christ. And so many times we forget how important that is. Do we really know Jesus? Do we really understand what He's done throughout history? And the things that people have strayed away from and need to come back to. I certainly believe the United States has strayed away from Jesus, don't you? We at one time might have known Jesus. I think we forgot Him. I think it's important that we realize the importance of knowing the Lord. I think even in the Lord's church today, we have forgotten how important it is to know the Lord. Not just say, well, he's just an acquaintance of mine. I met him once, and you know, but we really need to know Him and really have a personal knowing the Lord and doing those things. Paul, as he was writing his last epistles, he saw how important it was that we knew the Lord. And it's something that we need to continue to stop and think about. He was getting close to his death, and he wanted to know some things. It was coming upon him. Turn over to 2 Timothy chapter 4. Starting in verse 6. For I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure is at hand. You know, I think about, as he's talking about him getting ready to leave this world, he He knew that it was going to happen. And I can't help but think, the time of my departure is at hand. We don't know, but I guarantee you, a lot of us need to realize our time is at hand as well. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Finally, there is laid up to me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give to me on that day. And not to me only, but also to all who have loved his appearing. I hope and pray one day I can write that same time. Tell you, man, Lord, I fought the good fight. I finished the race. Man, I just wanted to hang. And I think about that and realize, if I want to go home, don't we think we need to make sure we know who Jesus is, that we can go home to be with him? Would you want to go home with a stranger? Would you want to go home with one that's just an acquaintance, but you're going to live forever with him? So we need to have a little knowledge of who Jesus is. I look at that and I realize, as we look at history, how many things are written about this man that came down from heaven, whose name is Jesus, and what he did while he was here, and what he said he was going to do while he was here, and what he said he was going to do when he left. And I can't help but think how I need to be knowledgeable of those things, that I be able to take it to other people and tell them how great Jesus was. This lesson really is dealing with two different things. Why we need to know the Lord, and how may we know him? How may we know Jesus? And it's important that we do. One thing about that is this. I believe it's great to be in the body of Christ, don't you? Great to be in the body of Christ. And I realize over in Colossians chapter 1, verse 18, that the Lord is the head of the body, and that in all things he might have preeminence, might be first in my life. And I look at that and realize, well, that means I need to know what he wants me to do, how he wants me to do it, and continue to live the Christian life, because I want to know Jesus, and I want to know exactly what he wants me to do, that I go home and be with him, and striving to do what he asked me to do. Turn over to chapter 1 of 1 Timothy, and look at verse 10. But has now been revealed by the appearing of our Savior Jesus Christ, who has abolished death and brought life and immortality to light through the gospel. I need to realize that Jesus gave his life for me. I need to realize that this Jesus has abolished death. And we stop to think about that in this life that we live, because if the Lord doesn't come back, we're all going to die physically. And we all realize that that is going to happen. And I look at that and I realize that it's important that I know Jesus. Is it important that I know that he came to die for me? That he came to this earth and he's going to die for Gary? Do I need to know why he's doing that? Why in the world would he die for me? Why would he die for you? Is that important to anybody? I think it ought to be important to everybody. Matter of fact, he's even given us the Great Commission instead talking about the gospel through the gospel of Christ. It's important that we not only know Jesus, but we know his gospel. We know the Word of God. We don't know, as we mentioned, theologies and philosophies that are going on in the world. I could care less about that stuff. But I'll tell you something we need to be careful in to know is this right here, the Word of God. The directions that it tells us we need to go, that we might have the heaven waiting for us. So I look at these things and realize how I need to be reminded of that. I believe if there was anything physically wrong with me, that the doctor would say, Gary, I'm sorry, we found out something that you have, There isn't too many people in the world today that have what you have. Man, I just don't know how long you have. I just don't know. But, Gary, I think I know a person that says he can help you. But for the life of me, I can't remember who he is, but maybe I can find out who he is. What would I say? Oh, don't worry about trying to find him. If you think you can help me, it's fine. I mean, if you don't know how to get a hold of him, I know I don't have it. Would you ask him, is there anything he can do to get a hold of that man? I want to go talk to him. That makes sense. But then on our physical life that we live here, but what about our spiritual life? What about our spiritual life? Do we know Jesus enough to realize that he is known as the great physician? Our spirituality, the life that we have in the hereafter. Should we know Jesus, that he might help us to get there? Well, yeah. So how am I going to get to know Jesus? People say, well, I had a dream. I had a dream that here's what he taught me to do. The only way we can know Jesus is through the Word of God. So I need to continue to read it. I need to continue to study it. And I think, wow, how great is that we have the Bible, that we can sit and read it and understand it. And realize that now I can understand it enough to go tell somebody else about this person, that this God that died for me and for you. And he was willing to do that. He left heaven that he certainly didn't have to leave. I mean, he was there when they created the heavens and the earth and the world that we live in. He knows everything about everybody. And he says, man, I got to go back. I got to go back down there and do something for these people. There's something I need to remember and to know. That is it. He loved me enough to sacrifice his life for me. So many times we forget what he has done. We need to be reminded. Turn over to Luke chapter 5, verse 31. Jesus answered and said to them, those who are well have no need for a physician, but those who are sick. Isn't that true? Those that are well spiritually have no need for the physician, but those that aren't really need it. I think people need to know that. I think people need to know that Jesus said, hey, here I am. I'm the physician that can heal you spiritually. He did it physically while he was here, the great things that he did. We need to be reminded of that. Over in Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and he shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. I think about that and how important it is that I'm knowledgeable about Jesus. I think all of us can agree if our house was burning down and we had our children in there, what would we do? We'd go get them. No matter what, we would go in that house, we would grab them, and hopefully get out. And there's so many different things you can think about and really be thankful that we never go through those things, but if we do, we love them that much. Jesus loved you that much. Jesus loved you that much that he went through a lot of things for you and for me. Matter of fact, he's abolished death. Not only physically, but spiritually. And I look at that and I realize how important that is for me and for you. Over in John chapter 10 and verse 10, The thief does not come except to steal and to kill, but I have come that they may have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Again, isn't it great to be in the Lord's church? Isn't it great to be a Christian? Isn't it great to realize the importance when you obey the gospel of Christ and are buried in baptism for the remission of sin, that this life spiritually is so much more abundant. And our spirituality will help us live a life more abundant. Isn't that true? Oh, we need to know Jesus. We need to know that good shepherd that takes care of us spiritually. I look at those things and realize that I need to be reminded. Sometimes we go through things in our life and don't understand why it's happening. Don't understand, well, why in the world is this happening to me? And sometimes we'll even blame Jesus or God, or why in the world are you allowing this to happen to me? Over in Ephesians chapter 2, starting at verse 1. And you he made alive who were dead in trespasses and sins, in which you once walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince and power of the air, the spirit who now works in the sons of disobedience. Satan tries to get us to forget about Jesus. Satan tries to get us to say, oh, you might have known him, but you need to know me a little better. You need to forget about that Jesus and start doing what I ask you to do. I can make you have a great life here. And you can do a whole lot of things that he doesn't want you to do. And sometimes we fall into that temptation, don't we? Well, look at these things and realize what I need to do. Instead of a physical death, we could have immortality. We could live forever in heaven. We can understand the importance of that. Matter of fact, the Lord abolished spiritual death by giving us freedom. And I want you to stop and think about even this evening. Do you know Jesus well enough to know that if something happened right now, he'd take you home? Do you know him that well? Over in John 14, verse 15, Jesus says, Gary, if you know me, keep my commandments. What he's saying is this: if you know what you need to do, that you might have heaven waiting for you, Gary, just do it now. I mean, that's what he's saying. Sure it is. And I stop and think about these people that we need to know. And I can't help but think over in John 15, verse 14, you are my friends if you do whatever I command you to do. Jesus is still talking there, isn't he? I want to know Jesus. I want to call him my friend. Because if I'm not obedient to him, how in the world can I say, Jesus is my friend? He's my Lord. He's my Savior. How can I say that? I want to answer that question. We can't. We can't say it. So I see the importance of doing what he asked me to do. Turn over 1 Corinthians. Chapter 15. Starting in verse 51. Behold, I tell you a mystery. You shall not all sleep, but you shall all be changed. In a moment, in a twinkling of the eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when the corruptible has put on incorruption and the mortal has put on immortality, they then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is the victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to God who gives us the victory through who? Our Lord Jesus Christ. Do you want to know Jesus? Do you know Jesus? Do you want the victory? I don't think there's one of us here that said, no, I don't want the victory. I want to win. You know, it's amazing to me, anything in life, if we're doing anything, we always want to win. But when it comes to us doing the right thing that we might have with heaven for us, we just say, well, can't we wait a while? Do we have to do it now? Sometimes we forget. Jesus, if I really know Him, I can know that He wants to save me, a sinner. He will help me through anything, and I need to be reminded of that as I strive to do His will. Paul suffered a lot. Paul knew Jesus would help him. You stop and think about all the apostles. They knew that God would take care of them. Can't help but think the first Christian martyr, Stephen, and how the boldness that he preached to those people, and you could see the mob just getting madder and madder. Can you see it? And he said the things that he needed to say because he knew the Lord. Sometimes I need that kind of strength. Sometimes I pray for that kind of strength, that I might have that. So how do we get to know the Lord? I mean, how do we get to know Him? I mean, personally. How in the world can I know Him? Turn back over 2 Timothy. Chapter 1, verse 12. For this reason I also suffer these things, and nevertheless I am not ashamed. For I know whom I have believed, and am persuaded that He is able to keep what I have committed to Him till that day. Paul knew. He knew. We need to have faith. I know who I have believed. I know Him. I believe in you, Jesus. I believe in you. I believe in what you have taught and the things you're trying to get across to people. And I want to take that same gospel to those people. But first, I need to take care of my salvation. I need to do those things you asked me to do. So how do we get to know Him? Faith comes by what? Hearing the Word of God. Faith comes by hearing the Word of God. You want to have faith in Jesus? You want to know Him better? Hear what He has to say, and then be obedient to Him. Chapter 4, 2 Timothy. Starting in verse 16. My first offense, no one stood with me, but all forsook me. May it not be charged against them. But the Lord stood with me and strengthened me, so that the message might be preached fully through me, and that all the Gentiles might hear. Also, I was delivered from the mouth of the lion. Paul loved the Lord, did he? Why? Did he take care of him? Did he take care of him? Sure did. Did he suffer? He sure did. Wasn't easy for the Lord. It's not going to be easy for us. Now look at that and realize what he's trying to get across to you and to me. People who do not know the Lord have trouble trusting Him. Think of what I said. People who don't know the Lord have trouble doing what He asks you to do. Doesn't it make sense that if we really want to go to heaven, doesn't it make sense that I need to start knowing Jesus today? Know what He wants me to do, and then be faithful to it and do it. I want to go to heaven. Do you? Do you want to go to heaven? You can answer that question. I can answer the question. I hope and pray all of us that are here tonight say, yeah, I want to know Jesus. Look at Hebrews chapter 5. We found out that Jesus was the author of eternal salvation for all who obey Him. If you know Jesus, know He wants you to obey Him. Question tonight, are you ready to give your life and obey Him? If you're not a member of the body of Christ, are you ready to do what He asks you to do, that He can be your friend, your Lord, your Savior? Are you ready to give your life to the Lord? I hope and pray you stop seriously thinking about who Jesus is. Start studying your Bible more to realize what He expects out of us, what He commands out of us, that we might have heaven where He says. What about us who are members of the body of Christ? Do we really know Jesus? I mean, really, do we know Him? Do we know what He wants out of us personally? And yes, even collectively as a congregation of people. You need to come forward tonight for any reason. I pray you come. Let's get it said.